In this video, we're going to learn how to use the source pane. But before I dive into all the things I want you to see in the source pane, I want to kind of preview a few things on the timeline. So in the timeline, you will notice that you have different tracks, and they are labeled with either V or A. V is for your video tracks. A is for your audio tracks. And as you'll see in a minute, there may be times where you're dragging both video and audio, and there are times when you will be dragging either video or audio. So let's look at how all of this works. Now remember, we've already set up our sequence, so that's all ready to go. We're just ready to start bringing in clips. So I'm going to open my B-roll. And we're just going to find a couple of B-roll clips that we think we want to get started with here in our video. And remember, we can change the size of our video. And so let's say that we want to look at this one right here. So to get this up to the source pane, I just double click it. And now it's in the source pane. Here's my playhead right here. And I can move through that. And notice, if we play this, I'm just going to hit my space bar. So I'm hearing the cameraman talk. So this is a great example of a clip where I may not want the audio, I might just want the video. So if I just want the video, there's a little button right here where I can drag video only, or if I just wanted audio, I could do audio only. So let's go ahead and drag that, and I'm going to place that right here on the timeline. So how do you know where things are going to go on the timeline? My general workflow is that my A roll, my interview roll, is always on V1, A1. So anything that is B roll will be on V2, maybe V3. V3 might also be where I put graphics and things like that. So let's go on through here, and let's say we want to look at this video. So again, I'll double click it, and I can move my playhead, and let's just play a few seconds of this by hitting the space bar. And here's the cool thing, I can kind of fast forward in time. I know I have this great interaction here with the customer. So let's say I want that to be in here. So I can do what's called set in and out points. And this is a great way to kind of pre-edit your video before you get in the timeline. So I'm going to start there just by hitting I for in. That's your start point. And I'm just going to move this down to probably here. And I'm going to hit O for out, and that's my end point. And you can see that by these little icons. Now I can always change those, and there's a couple of different ways. One, I can just drag that to a new end point. I can also control click and either clear the in and the out or both. And let's say I want to move this entire clip, audio, video, everything into the timeline. To do that, I'm just going to click on top of this video and bring that in, and you can see it's coming in to my timeline, and I can just pull this wherever I want. Now remember, I like things on V2 when they're the B-roll, so I'm going to just drag that on. So now you can see my video and my audio have came together, and these are linked. So if I select one of them, I've selected both of them, which is what you want in video and audio. Otherwise, they won't come in correctly. Now, even though we set an out point, that isn't technically the end of this video. It's not like cropping a photo. So if I wanted to add to that, I can just, with my selection tool, go ahead and ripple that to the right, and I have that extra information coming in. So let's say we want a clip, and we just want the audio of that clip. So we're going to come up, and we're going to look at this mixer clip. So I'm going to double click it. And let's just give this a listen. So I can hit my play button. We'll speed up a little bit here.
The butter.
It's the way you incorporate the butter. So for croissants, you layer the butter.
So let's say that I actually want her talking about this process, not the video of it, because it's a little shaky, it's a little weird. I can do the same thing we did before. So about here where she starts talking about the process, I set an in point, drag down, O set an out point, and instead of just dragging video, I'm going to drag audio only and bring that clip in. So you can see we can drag video, video and audio, or just video. We also have some other options here. So let's look at this insert and this overwrite. So I'm going to bring up another clip. This clip is a video of starting the mixing process. So we've just got that hitting the start button and off and going. So let's just say that's the part that I want, is when she hits the start button right there. So I'm going to start my in, and we're just going to go there for the out. I'm just going to move my playhead, I'll say right there. And if I use my insert, watch what happens with this clip. It pops it right in where my playhead was. So if I have my playhead right here in the middle of a clip, I can insert right in the middle of the clip. So now we go from that to that to that. Now that's not a great cut, but I just wanted to show you what that tool does. I can also do an overwrite. So let's compare that. So that overwrite pops right in there and it doesn't change the existing clip. And you might be wondering, like, well, why is it going to V1? That's because I have V1A1 targeted. Let's take a look this time if I have V3A3 targeted, and I'm going to have it that same overwrite, and it'll go to V3A3. So by default, usually I keep my target on V1A1, but you can see there might be some occasions for that. This exports a frame. So if you needed a frame of this clip, it'll export an image for you to use. So that is a quick look at everything you can do in your source pane and how that kind of sets you up for editing success in the timeline.